The PlayStation Portal just got its biggest update yet, granting you the ability to cloud stream games you own in your digital library. But if you just focus on the headlines, you might miss some really nice quality of life updates that also come in this new version. Before this update, you had two ways of playing the PlayStation Portal. Either you could stream from your PlayStation 5 directly, or you could stream from PlayStation's cloud servers for a limited number of titles. This new update offers so much flexibility. Internet quality has always been the Achilles heel of the PlayStation Portal, but now if you're not getting a good connection in your home network, you can just play on the cloud servers and you might get a much smoother experience. But flexibility also in the sense that one person can now play the PlayStation 5 on the TV while the other cloud streams on the PlayStation Portal. As long as you have a PlayStation Premium subscription, you could now buy a PlayStation Portal without ever even needing a PlayStation 5, and you won't be constrained by whatever game Sony adds to its cloud streaming library. Let's talk about what this means for PlayStation's future in a moment, but first I want to focus on those new quality of life features that have shipped with version 6.0. I actually think this is potentially just as big an update, but you can now troubleshoot your connection in the UI of the PlayStation Portal. Open up the quick menu, which you can now do by pressing the PlayStation button, and you won't get fingerprints all over the display. Just go down to the troubleshoot option and then you'll get this little translucent window that just hovers over your screen and gives you interesting details about your internet connection. You can check whether you're connected to a 5 GHz or 2.4 GHz band, but crucially how much latency you're experiencing and the quality of your frame rate. In that quick menu, you can change the resolution from 1080p to 720p if you are experiencing slightly poor performance, but you will have to restart the game in order to do that. Streaming games is obviously not ideal for many reasons. Every time you open up a game, it will have to boot from the very start. But you can just briefly put your screen to sleep by pressing the power off button, switching it back on, and I think if you leave it for sort of 5 to 10 seconds, you can still jump right back in to where you left the game. I do wish this was a bit longer, but obviously you are burning energy on Sony's servers when you've got your display off. There's actually an entirely redesigned UI here, so when you go back to the main menu, you'll be able to switch between your PlayStation 5 connection, cloud streaming games in your library, or search for games in Sony's cloud streaming library. You can now manage your PlayStation Premium subscription within the PlayStation Portal, which is essential if you do want to see this as a standalone handheld. And there are some nice touches here and there, like the ability to set a passcode and some accessibility features that make it easier to read the display. All in all, this is a significant update, not just for the PlayStation Portal, but for PlayStation in general. We know that they are working on a PlayStation 6 handheld, and it seems like the PlayStation Portal has given them the confidence to go and do that. They recently disclosed that 5% of all US PlayStation 5 owners now have a PlayStation Portal, and it seems like the success of the Accessory has really surprised even them. What PlayStation are clearly doing here is building all of that back-end technology and infrastructure which allows for cloud streaming to a handheld. And then when they release the PlayStation 6, they'll probably have a low-spec version in a handheld format that you can actually run games off of, but also make the most of all that cloud streaming which has come before it with the PlayStation Portal. I honestly don't know if we would have gotten a PlayStation handheld without the PlayStation Portal, so for all of its detractors, I still think it's been an incredible move by Sony. But what do you think? Could the PlayStation Portal really be a standalone device? Are you going to sell your PlayStation 5 now that you can just stream everything to the Portal? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.